Shokugeki no Soma has a spot near and dear to my heart for many reasons. One being the fact that my dad used to be a chef himself, and I looked at Soma and viewed myself in his same situation as, your father being an amazing cook and having his own little dining spot, and you growing up learning how to cook at the same dining spot and learning how to deal with the customers and all that. I just viewed myself in him. So obviously, because of that connection that I found in the series, it would find itself to be one of my favorites. Definitely not in my top 5, might not even be in my top 10, but I still love it like no other show. It has its, I like to classify it as its own little category, because the way that it's impacted me, and I even have a friend I was able to get into the show and he also loves it. So that's another bonus, having a show that you watch that you're able to talk about with a friend. As an otaku, I don't have a lot of friends that are into anime or as into anime as I am. So I don't really get to talk about it much like I do with other shows that are more mainstream, like the Dragon Ball and My Hero and Shokugeki no Soma. Nonetheless, I am glad that I'm able to talk about it. I don't know, it's so good at times, man. The way it shows the typical shonen protagonist that is just completely oblivious to how amazing he is because of his own passion into what he does and what he loves, and the way that other characters around him react to him, and the way the story seems to form around him. You just throw obstacles around him and you just watch him break them down, because you know he's going to, and you're just wondering how he's gonna do it. And most shows that are like these have to do with fighting, so the fact that they're using cooking with it, and they're using cooking efficiently with it, is something that I look at and I'm like, man, this is amazing. Especially as one who has his own feet grounded in the world of cooking, so I'm able to pick up on a lot of stuff. I'm able to look at it and be like, yep, that makes sense. Yep, I feel like that's right. And yep, I also view dishes like this as well sometimes. The cooking itself is a lot of times its own world, because in the blink of an eye you can create something. Whether it tastes good or not, you can still create something that only you know about, only you made. And being able to share that with other people and see their reaction, whether it's good or bad, is an experience you don't really get to see too often, or as easy as you can with cooking. I'll never forget the first time I made my first decent omelet and my father's reaction to it. My first time hearing my father tell me that he wants me to man the grill while he's gone for a while. Being able to, that you're trusted as a cook, that feeling is something that can be only understood when you also have felt that feeling. Now, of course, it doesn't have to be with cooking. There's plenty of things where you can have a feeling of, oh man, I'm finally trusted, I'm finally acknowledged. But for me, I definitely had that in cooking. And being able to see something I love, anime, portray that feeling in a world where everybody wants to be an amazing cook, and it's a whole school that's dedicated to making nothing but the finest chefs, and the main character being in a similar situation as me, it almost a lot of times feel like, man, this anime is just meant for me. It also has amazing art, amazing characters. It's extremely funny at times, but at the same time it's not too goofy. It can get really serious really fast, and it's able to catch your attention quite well, especially since this is a show about cooking, because it's extremely popular and they're able to make this somewhat mainstream now. This is a show that a lot of people know about, and it's a cooking show. Sometimes they have literally nothing but 2 to 3 minutes of them talking about how they were able to come up with the dish they did, and explaining with a whole bunch of terms that you've probably never heard about if you never grew up under a chef yourself, and you still not feel overwhelmed. I feel like that's quite impressive. And Shokugeki no Soma is definitely a show that is able to do that. Bottom line is, you guys should go watch it if you haven't. If you have, tell me how you feel about it. And that'll be all for this video. Remember to like and subscribe to your nameless king. Bye guys.